Hello. Look, I just wanted to come on today and talk to you about a few things. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is it's been a few days since the election, and as far as the presidential side of it, we have our answer. So, and we know that the Republicans also are now in control of the Senate, and we're just waiting for more counts to come in to determine whether they're going to have all three, House, Senate, and presidency. Well, I just wanted to weigh in with my $2.50 opinion on what everyone is getting all upset about. I'm not happy I didn't vote for Trump, but I've been around for quite a bit, and I've been voting since 1976. So I've seen it go both ways, someone that I wanted in or someone that I didn't want in. And we always thought, oh my God, that's the worst thing that can happen. But in actuality, it just means that some things are going to happen that we may not like. I don't think it's the end of our democracy, as long as the people that are in place keep up the fight. I don't think we're going to lose our democracy, even though he may try. I think that we have a strong enough systems in place that will protect the democracy. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't really talk much about politics, or I don't like pushing my opinions off on people. But that's just how I feel, and that's my $2.50 opinion. You can take it or leave it. We have been in the Philippines now for over a month, and we've started some things. We did our visa paperwork. We're waiting on that to come back and us to be able to go in and receive our visas, and then get our ICR cards so that we can move on. And then, we have some other things that we have to go back to the U.S., take care of some loose ends there, and then come back for permanent. I was going to say for good, but it'll be permanent. We will visit the U.S. from time to time, but we are permanently moving here. The space I'm in right now is my office in the home that we're renting. And we're very happy with the home. We're very happy. The owner is proactive. We've had a couple of issues. We brought them to her attention. She got people out here, got them taken care of. So I don't have an issue with it at all. I'm feeling pretty good. And in the meantime, we're going to do some traveling. We're going to first, when we come back next year, after we go back and handle our business in the States, we're going to have some of the family here to come visit us. And we're going to, have a little get together and just like welcome everyone in. And then shortly after that, Beth and I are going to start doing some more traveling. So we need to check out some areas. But I'm finding out more and more. This visit, I figured out that it's probably not a good idea to move to certain areas. Bicol for one, because we weren't even here a month and they got flooded out by the first storm that hit after we got here. And I guess a while before that, there was a storm that hit Samar. Some relatives over there had some damage that they're still working to fix. So I don't know if anyone's homeless. I don't think they are. I think they just, everybody's pulling together to make it work. But like that gives me some ideas about where I want to be when we finally settle, in a place of our own. So I'm going to take my time. And something else I noticed is we went through Typhoon Christine hit shortly after we moved in this house. And even though it's a brand new home, I don't know if you've ever, but we found out that there were some things that need to be taken care of here. And so, and they've been taken care of already. So this is a good area, but I don't know if I want to build here. I haven't started looking for parcels of land because I want to travel. Me and Elizabeth, we're going to travel to other islands here because, there's over 7,000 of them. So we're going to travel to other islands. We're going to check out the areas there. And we're going to make a decision after about a year and a half of being here and traveling around to different places, where we want to start looking for land to purchase so that we can build. So as we get into that portion of it, like I said, we'll have a few places picked out, and then we'll start working with realtors. We've also got we already have a good realtor in this area that we can work with. And there are a couple other places here on Luzon that I want to check out. We went to Tagaytay, which is a city up in the mountains, not far from here, about an hour, maybe to an hour and a half drive. And just so you understand, the amount of time to drive somewhere here has nothing to do with the distance. It has a lot to do with the roads and whether it's a straight highway drive or not. But Tagaytay is in the mountains, and I've put out a few videos, probably like 5 or 6, I think, videos from that area. And as you can see, if you've watched any of those videos, that at some points, we were actually looking down at the clouds. And that was it just blew my mind, because I don't think I've ever been in a situation like that before. So it was great. I did have some issues. We spent the second day, the biggest part of the second day, out on tours. So we were, the driver picked us up in the morning, and we went to a few different locations, or should I say about a half a dozen or so different locations where we would get out and go walking around. And I've placed those videos out on YouTube, so please go and watch them. But at the end of the last tour, we were heading back to the van, and as I stepped foot in the parking lot to go to the van, my muscles started to seize. They just, like, my calves started first, and it was so painful that I almost couldn't hold it in at first. I made it to the van, but I was leaning on the van because it hit both calves at the same time. So I didn't have one good leg to stand on. So, and it was kind of scary. I ain't gonna lie to you at first. But there's another story in this that I want to give you. So when this happened to me, our driver, he had a look of concern on his face. He immediately jumped into action. He had me to, when I couldn't make it over there, to sit on inside the door of the van because I couldn't get up in the van at that point. And by that time, the pain was so bad that I was actually screaming. I was I was in extreme pain at that point because both calves were like gripping, and I think probably as tight as they could be. I couldn't bend my feet, straighten my leg and bend my feet forward towards me. That's how tight those muscles were. And he took off my shoes, man, and started massaging my calves and my feet. I had been out walking all day. You got to hear this. And this guy took off my shoes and started massaging my calves and my feet. My feet. You hear me? After walking and it's hot here, man. And the humidity's about 60% or so, maybe higher at some points. So what I'm trying to say to you is the guy didn't hesitate to help. And he didn't have any problem with getting his hands dirty. He didn't even think twice about it. He just did it. And he got me to the point where I could get in the van. And it took a while. I'm going to tell you, it probably took about a good 20 to 30 minutes before I could actually get in the van. And I was still in a slight amount of pain because even after the cramping, the muscle tightness kind of subsided. It didn't really go away, but it subsided enough for me to move. I was in pain, and my thighs started, cramping, like, pulsating. They would cramp and stop and cramp. Then my toes started, and I'm telling you, it was something. And all it was, at the end of the day, was I needed more electrolytes. I had not been eating enough, potassium. I hadn't been getting a good potassium intake. I had stopped taking my daily vitamins, and I don't even know. It was probably a week or more. I was not getting the right vitamin intake or mineral intake or whatever it is that you want to call it. It was potassium and calcium, because after that happened and I finally got back to the hotel, I thanked him and I gave him a huge tip, okay? Because, we had to pay him because that was separate. The concierge had set it up for us at the hotel, but the tour was separate. So we paid him what the fee for the tour, and I gave him a huge tip because, I don't think anywhere that in the U.S. had that happened to me, that the tour guide would have done what he did. They probably would have got me help, but they wouldn't have done it themselves, I don't think. I just don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't heard of it. So, all right, I want to move on from there. So we get back. I get into the hotel, as I was going into the hotel, my wife made the front desk aware of what had happened. And they scheduled me with a massage therapist to come to my room, right? And we told him, okay, give me about an hour so that I can, get cleaned up before I let somebody start touching my body, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I was funky. So I went up and took my shower and I just kind of laid on the bed and chilled for a little bit. The massage therapist showed up right on the hour and gave me a 2-hour massage. 2 hours, okay? And 2-hour massage, I don't know what that would cost at a major hotel in the United States or any other, I don't know what you call them. I don't believe in first, second, and third worlds, but any, I don't know, like country that you would consider like first class or first tier, like let's just say Western countries. I don't know what that would cost. I just know that I paid less than a night for a hotel for 2 hours of massage. I paid 2,400 pesos. And so just to give you an idea, the exchange rate is 57 and some change to 1. So $100 is about 5,700, blah, blah, blah. So that's less than half of that, okay? Almost down to possibly a third of it, almost, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I paid for a 2 hours. So she did an hour of shiatsu and an hour of the Swedish massage. And I will tell you, it worked wonders on me. I mean, I was still a little sore after she had gone, but I felt so much better than I did when I got out of that van and went into my hotel. It was just awesome. And now I feel like I'm almost back to 100% because my calves and stuff were still sore for the past few days. That trip took place November 4th through the 6th. So that incident happened on the 5th. And today's the 10th. So it took me about 4 days before, because I think it was yesterday when I really started feeling myself again, like no pain in my calves, no tightness as I went up and down stairs and stuff. But it, and I don't know what you think about that, but I just had to share that with you. And so those are the things that I want to talk to you about today. I don't have much else to talk about. Hopefully I didn't bore you too much. I'm just trying to share my adventures. And so if you liked it, give us a like. Please share also if you did. And just continue to come back. We'll have more adventures for you. Thank you. We're out.